3 would be when Dud won, so yeah, it looks a lot closer than the other one. And similar actions per minute. Derek around the 350, 360 mark, and Dud around 430. All right, Don versus Derek. Don versus SAUS. They've played a couple times. I'm pretty sure Don is up in this like current PR season. I don't know what the score is, if Derek's taken any or if Don's. Oh my God, that was a nice punish. If Don's up a clean 3-0 or something like that. And this looks kind of like a rough matchup for Link, as kind of expected. Lower tier character. And it looks like Don gets the stage advantage and just kind of keeps pressing it. Wow, and he kills himself. Oh, tech chase was up B. Okay, so this is what Manchan was saying. He couldn't go low with the grapple, but he does anyway, giving him still some up B recovery grapple recovery options. Oh, he might have been dead if. And this is going by super quick relative to the Luigi Link matchup we're watching. A lot of quick kills being traded back and forth here. Link, man, his up air is just, it does a really good job of keeping characters up in the air, and Marth, a character notoriously bad at getting down. Whoa, that was the worst angle. Oh man, he jumped right on top of the up B just to get like the meteor kind of hit. And Omps attack. I think taking that Omps attack was like, and accepting the damage after was better, and he doesn't get it there. Doesn't look good when you amp attack to accept the extra damage, but then miss the amp attack to survive. But it looks like Don was ready to react anyway. I think he would have let another F smash rip. Sorry? Oh. Efang gonna come save me from the solo commentary.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Efang.
Yeah,
you're right.
It is kind of loud.
Oh, it's just, you guys offending me. Actually, I feel like I've been yelling because it's so loud.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, no, it's all heuristics that
yes.
you gotta take care of. Yeah, I changed the settings because we had League of Legends on the weekend, and like different game, different like sound. Like
cool, you're doing other fighting games and or I guess not even fighting games, but other games as well now.
Dude, I'm booked all month.
Oh, that's awesome. Man.
Like the week before, I did Overwatch.
Oh, sweet.
And for me, CS:GO is definitely the most tiring. Those guys, those are long games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess those are like 20+ minutes, eh?
Yeah, like nowadays, like doing melee, it's a breeze, and it's
it's
easy
more interactive or what?
It's easy on my computer too. Like League of Legends, well, I was like, my computer was barely keeping up today.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this, it's a breeze. It's easy peasy for my computer.
How do you do the? I guess I don't want to get sidetracked too much, but how do you do the CS:GO stuff? Do you actually like rotate through cameras?
I have another computer that acts as an observer. So it's like I need at least 2 computers to stream CS:GO.
Okay.
We actually have a third one, so we can pull up some stats too.
Oh, gee, man. I don't know if people say it enough, Efang, but thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I do it for you guys. I do it for kids.
I'm definitely like 8 years older than you. But thank you. Kid at heart. No, I really do enjoy coming to these things, and you guys do a great job.
Yeah,
but
I hope to keep doing this for a while.
Oh, that's good. I hope you get compensated well. You deserve it.
Yeah. Anyways, fun match. SAUS is keeping this one pretty close. I'll in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like he's a stock down, but it's not like Space Animals or.
Yeah, no, totally. They've been taking pretty quick stocks though. For like, I was expecting this to be a little bit more of a neutral, like a tug of war kind of thing, but it really is just like stock for stock.
They should make a new metric for that for matchup. Like call it like the matchup damage variance or something like that. Where it's like like 50% is a lead, or a stock and a half is a lead in this matchup.
And I think this is just going to come eventually with Slippy stats, is you're going to start being able to like amalgamate all these statistics for different matchups.
Oh yeah, and, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's big data, man.
Big data. I'm gonna become at this rate. My dad told me to get into big data. I was like, nah.
Yo, you should. There's money there, man.
I know. That's the whole reason why.
It doesn't matter like what company you work for. Everybody could benefit from big data.
Yeah. And like I have a decent understanding of like slightly advanced stats. It's still basic stats, but like it's more advanced than like everyday life.
Yep.
Even though like advanced stats is being used in everyday life, you just like no one's gonna ask you what like a binomial fucking.
No, and the other thing too is like you don't. So my company, I won't give away what my company name is because I don't want people to start Googling them and stuff. But my company is hiring mathematicians just to look at like big data of things that the mathematicians would have no idea what they're doing, but just to collect the data.
Oh,
and
so
they can be
they don't look at the metric. They don't look at.
No, they just know like they know how to model data. They know how to do all that stuff, but they don't even need to know what the data is about. They just know how to review the data.
That's very interesting. That's like it's like double blind.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's double blind statistics, or actually statistical modeling.
But exactly, yeah. So it's like really you don't even need to know exactly what the data is about, but everybody can understand or make a story out of data, and it's like making that story that you can pay people a lot of money to do.
Yeah, like speaking of work, like this week we just got our first like at my company. I work in marketing, and one of the services we offer is influencer outreach. And we got our first like esports client.
Nice.
And that's very interesting to us. They're looking to find some influencers to market this thing. They're called dreamteam.gg. It's a service. Wow, I'm plugging them right now. I guess I am.
You're the esports expert too, man. I feel like you should be right on that.
Yeah, it turns out I'm the influencer. Anyways, like what they do is basically they get their they make teams for like Apex, CS:GO, right?
Yep.
So you sign up on their service, and they'll make they'll grab based on your skill and style and everything. They'll make a team for you. They'll grab some other people who are on their platform, and then they'll also like provide data so you guys can improve and stuff like that. It's like private tutoring, and then
man, that's really cool.
And you come up with your own team, and you can monetize it somehow with crypto, but like less interest. I know less about that, and like crypto always has this stigma of being slightly shady nowadays.
Yeah. No, that's really cool though. I know there's actually esports programs now, and I think a lot of them are kind of like, I feel like it's almost like this influencer stuff, but but there are courses on esports, and it's just like organizing esports events and getting sponsors and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, I have to show you something after this. After all this, it's about Carleton. Since you're an alumni, I guess this is very worthwhile for you.
Yeah.
Very interested. If you were here, maybe if you were in school like 6 years later.
Yeah.
This
oh man, I'd recommend to everyone to do like statistics and probability and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
it's useful anywhere you go.
But I'm talking about esports at Carleton.
Oh, damn, it's there now?
Well,
I thought this was, or at least I knew it was a London thing.
Well, like we've always had TESPA for like a year or two.
Yep.
But like, let me show you something I've been working on. Since I'm like, I'm also part of their executive team, so I'm their director of production.
Oh, sweet. Damn. Hey, you're a busy guy. You have way more initiative than I do, Yufeng.
You say that, but like,
you're underselling it because this comes too easily for you, and you need to be stopped. You're too powerful.
Maybe. We're all talking about this. I like talking about Ottawa because I don't know what's going on during a match. I look at this. I'm like, I could kind of recognize neutral game. Oh, definitely. That's edge guarding. Yep.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Don or Derek are going to come back and watch this and be like, oh, I just got to learn a bit from commentary about my set. Actually, I doubt they'd ever expect me to tell them anything they don't know.
Yeah, well, like, that's why I provide Slippy files now. It's like, I think if you know how to use it, you can get way more relevant information from the Slippy files than
Watching
just
yeah.
watching is enough. If
But-
you have good commentary, that's better.
Yep.
But like, and that
But
comes.
numbers tell a story, yeah.
Yeah, numbers tells the story. And so there's this thing in real sports. It's called the eye test, and it's like if it looks like something is working or something, it probably is working.
Yeah.
But like, you ever watch the movie Moneyball?
Yeah.
And that just proves, like, you know, sometimes, well, a lot of the times, that's just not the case. The numbers tell a different story.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's momentum and all that. It's, like, I love competition in general just because of these different factors, you know.
Yep.
Mental state, you know, having that, you know, Mamba mentality, and then, you know, momentum, then just raw skill, ceiling, floor, all that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Damn. Don, man, just really quickly about the match. Don just massively brought this back.
Yeah, I saw. Well,
Oh.
I didn't understand that, but I saw that. You know, hats off to all you guys who commentate. This is like way harder than it is. Like, I'm trying to think of things to say and like look at the match. Like, when I try to think of things to say, like, what I'm watching is just white noise.
Yeah.
So I have a hard time like making
It definitely
commentary.
helps to play. I feel like, and I'm sure everyone who plays Melee has the same feeling, but it becomes like a separate universe that you can like play within, and to understand it, it's like just learning to walk.
Yeah.
So you can't, you know, walking's easy for everyone, but you couldn't just tell like a baby who's just born, oh, go out there and just walk. It's.
I mean,
you know,
yes, you can. Sort of. It's more like starting to learn how to like write with your left hand.
Yeah, I guess so. Actually, yeah, that's probably a way better comparison. But it's like, well,
It's
fundamentally the
practicable.
thing you're doing is kind of easy, but there's just so much involved.
Yeah, it's something that you understand. Oh, reset. We just got the reset.
Yo, and I don't even know. Is this the first time since Derek's come back that he's beaten Don?
I think so. Once again, I'm going off the eye test, so I don't know.
We're just gonna say it is. It's now fact. If I say it enough times,
I was gonna take a break or something.
He's
Grab
got some water.
Yeah.
He's getting
Stay
hydrated.
hydrated. Yeah. Important.
Don is he's a thinker, man. He's definitely thinking about that whole last set, what he did wrong, what he could do better, and
Wizrobe icing. Hats off to Wizrobe. Honestly, like, you know, you guys, like, a lot of people complain, but I'm there, like, right in front of him when at majors, when, like, you know, trying to prep.
Yeah.
He's very meticulous in everything he does.
Yeah.
It's
And-
like very deliberate.
yeah, totally. And it's good. It's actually like the mentality that like esports is a real sport, and like, you know, athletes will take breaks and breathers to think about things and recoup, and like it's almost like you can turn it into a formula, and you should, because it's optimal. And Wizrobe, from everything he does, like I think the pregame meal, like down to the shirt he wears when he plays.
Oh, wait, that's a goof. Yeah. There's also, like, I also heard about him starting, like, every morning, you know, like a bit of exercise,
Yep.
go do a small run on the treadmill if there's one available at the
Oh, yeah.
hotel. So it's this idea of a routine, right? It's
Yeah.
like, and some people are like associate some sort of superstition to it, but it's more like it's more like a, once again, you said earlier, mental state, right?
Yeah.
And then you try to recreate that mental state of success. You've had previous success like this. It's like in basketball, free throwing. Like a lot of players,
yeah.
they have
Ticks, right?
yeah,
Like,
and sometimes, like over the course of the league, they like make a ban. They change some rules where you can't do your certain ticks anymore.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
people can't do their ticks anymore.
yeah, you know,
And then
like
just-
you're limited in time. Like, can you only bounce the ball like so many times?
Yeah, stuff like that. And then you see like the players who are affected by this, their free throw percentage just goes down. Oh wow, this
This is nuts.
Yeah.
This is just what we were talking about, though. Like Don just stepping away to get that water, and just like
yeah, he's in
get
the
himself
zone now.
in the right state of mind. Oh my God, this is nuts. Just go out there, Don.
No, bring it home, bring it home.
Damn. This
Hey,
is,
you know,
I love seeing this when like two top players are playing and they can just totally
Wow.
wash each other.
you know, Don just took Derek for a walk.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, come with me. We're going to the docks."
Like, yo, I know you just won that last set, but that means nothing. So we're in for a whole new set.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's a
we
new
just
world.
shield's nice.
It's a brave new world. Yeah, competition in general, like that fascinates me. And
Yeah.
I'm not.
There's tons of books you can get. I've always been recommended to read these things. I never have, but have you read the? Oh, geez. There's one like I think written by like a tennis player.
Like Nadal. Wait, there's probably
No,
like.
no, less not like top 5
Okay.
today, but
Yeah, they don't want to divulge their secrets.
Yeah, but it's an old school like tennis player who just wrote a book about like competitive mentality. I think Cyrox, Smash player, has actually recommended a ton of people to read this. But there's lots of books basically about like competitive mentality.
Yeah.
And yeah, it goes to like all that stuff you're saying about Wizrobe, where it's just like it's a routine, like just going for a run in the morning before a tournament.
I think like some old school like StarCraft players, they've written a few like books on the topic as well.
Yep. I think Daigo.
Oh yeah, Daigo Umehara, like the
Yeah.
beast stuff. Yeah, that's the those are a couple that like have inspired a few well, not a few generations, but like some latter generations of FGC competitors.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's wild. It's just like it's how a game like this has survived since 2001.
Oh yeah, it's like this is it's like Heisenberg meth. It's pure.
Yeah.
It's
This is blue, man.
it comes very close to being pure competitive, like in the spirit of it.
Yeah. This is like any other sport because it's like a whole other universe you're playing in. And
It's like
it's beautiful.
And it comes to like the values we try to bring forth, and this one is optimization.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not just the optimization of your play, your character, the matchup, all that, but it's like the optimization of the rule set, the optimization of the vibe, the sort of like what this game represents to us.
Yeah,
right?
and to each person is different. It's like I think it was said in the documentary, but it's like you can watch people play the same character, but you can watch them play the same character and tell who's who.
Yeah, that's a that's a classic quote. Wife was great in that documentary.
Oh, yeah. Just so well described. Man,
Yeah.
I'm hyped for the Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe in 10 years by the time it comes out.
Well, like, I know, right? But that's the thing. It's like, imagine how big this game is going to get again. It's like, it's the second boom.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I'm looking forward to it.
like, how many of us are doc kids? And like, I'm a doc kid for sure. I'm a doc kid.
Yeah. I'm like actually I'd never gone to a competitive thing until after the documentary, but like I'd played a ton of Smash, like since 2001. I have a twin brother, so it was like this turned into like just this basement, like, get together with friends into now this is just, I go to these big events with friends and it's just awesome.
Like the first time you do some advanced tech, and you're like, oh, I did it.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so I come from like a skateboarding background. Like,
So it's like you hit that first ollie?
Yeah, when you hit that first ollie, you're hooked. You hit that first wave dash, you're like, I did it.
Go.
And it's like, and then it just it snowballs. It honestly snowballs, like for a lot of people.
Oh, it's addictive, man.
Yeah. There's for sure a sense of accomplishment, and then like after that, once you start competing, like seeing yourself improve, seeing yourself win.
Yep. Totally.
Seeing the payoff. And that's why people are still around. That's why these guys are still around.
Actually, this is like just, the history's there, right? Like, Derek was #1 in Ottawa for like a long time running, and Don would have been like just someone who showed up only to Algonquin like weeklies and was like, an okay Marth main, is now like someone who regularly can come to these click events and win and beat Derek, that person who was like, so dominant in Ottawa 4 or 5 years ago.
Ooh, okay, we got a set on our hands. This is a fight now. Yeah, and like I really love that narrative that like turning your idols into your rivals sort of thing, right?
Yeah, totally. Like, can you believe that like Derek beat the Moon like what is it, like 5 years ago? Like
not that
long.
3.
Oh, geez, not even that long ago. So like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but this game moves fast.
And
you take Don and put him in back in 2014, 2013. He's the best. He's top 10.
Yeah.
He's top 10.
Yeah. It's just crazy. And part of it's like just meta evolving too, right? Like just the way people play just changes.
Oh yeah.
So what everyone kind of views as really
Expectations
good.
change.
Like shield dropping is like it used to just be like only really good people can shield drop.
No, it was
now,
more
like,
of a novelty than anything.
Yeah, exactly. People were like, oh, it's got some use cases. I think Mango famously like said he would never shield drop. And then sure enough, like we're here 2019 and like shield dropping is standard. Like everyone, including Mango, is like, eating his words and he'll do it.
Remember, like, when Hacks brought, like, well, this was even before, like, I was in the community. When Hacks was bringing, ledge dashes, like, to a consistency, like, people were, it wasn't 100%. People were expecting people to flub it every now and then, and people still do. But, like, now it's an expectation to
exactly. It's
you
like,
always get it.
Oh, you want to win? You want to be that top level? Like,
it's
wild.
It's Mewtwo King's famous adage. Like if
you're not perfect, like 99.9% of the time, you lost.
Yep. That's this game. Oh, what I love seeing Mango's evolution, like maturity as a person too. You ever seen like his Smashboard post, his Reddit MMA? Yeah. He can write sentences now.
Yeah.
50% of his Twitter tweets they have punctuation.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And he's adapted too. Like he used to, I feel like you'd never expect Mango to play like some patient style that he's done now to win tournaments, win sets against HBox or back in the day win some of those last couple sets against Armada that they played.
I think like it was recently. What was the last tournament he won? It was a big house.
Big house, yeah.
Yeah, big house. I was. You always picture 253%. What the hell is heavy?
That was nuts. Like it's just coupled with Marth% or Marthritis stuff. Anyway.
yeah, it's a combination of factors. But like, you always think of Mango as this offensive monster, where like at a drop of a hat, he just does exactly that, a hat trick. He just comes out of the gate swinging. But like at Big House this year, I think we're at 9. Yeah, we're at 9. 2019, we're at 9. So what I know. He was a defensive monster. Man,
his wave dashing out of shield was nuts. Like, and it was like, yeah, you're right, eh? Like everything that he got, man. So that went from 230% kill for Don to like he just killed him at 60% with a nice edge guard.
Return to the mean.
But yeah, like Mango's defensive play was just like out of shield. So like defensively, he would just come out and he'd turn that into his offense. But yeah, it's not like you're saying the old Mango was just like run forward. Like if he was not holding forward on that stick, then
he would just out pressure most people. That's what happened. But like now everyone's like they can keep up. So he's got to be the creativity I saw in some of his recovery was insane. That was some that was lovage times 10. That was some crazy things he pulled up at that tournament. And look, I don't know. You play this game at a much higher level than I do. I don't even play this game. So thinking defensively is way more exhausting than offensively. Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
That's generally true to most activities.
Yeah. Because you need patience for defense, right? And it's like if you're the offensive person, you're typically dictating the pace.
Yeah, you're taking the initiative.
Yeah.
And then when you're defensive, you're reacting.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And it's tough. It's like it's why Wizrobe, someone who is so good at like this defensive play, but also this tech chasing, and has that much patience, is someone who really like abides by a routine, and this like prime mental state that he has to be in to play these games, especially against like Hungrybox, who is a defensive times infinity.
Yeah, so like
to every other player.
The general idea is like when you have two defensive players, it gets pretty boring, right? But like it's all the intangibles, right?
Yeah.
There's so many things that's underneath you can't see.
Yep.
Hungrybox, like for example in this game, there are certain characters that are more defensively focused than others, but the general idea, it goes back to that. It's more exhausting to be defensive than offensive.
So yeah, credit to the people who can play like that well defensively, because oh man, it's a whole other like mental level you have to be on to consistently play.
Well, like meaningful defense too, because
Yeah.
you can always just camp, right?
No, and it's definitely not like just mindless camping, right?
Yeah.
Which is, I think, sometimes people get in that mindset of, oh, they're just, he's just jumping and back airing, but he's not. There's thought that we could get this dare. Nice.
Ooh, very nice.
There's just so much more that's involved in like a Peach who's playing a little bit more defensively, or Hungrybox who's doing these back airs and like owning the stage.
Yeah. And then like when you play a vulnerable character, let's say like Falco, and it's like 2 or 3 times more exhausting than like the average character, because you're just so frail. There's so many things you have to keep in mind.
Yeah.
And, like you get touched and you die.
Exactly.
It's
there's no room for error. It's
I
crazy.
think at Big House that's the character he won on. That's who Mango won. That's tough. Like
Glass Cannon, man.
Yeah, exactly that. That's what we call him. And I think he had a crazy losers run too.
He lost to Leffen like in, I think, winners top 8, or maybe he lost to him as early as winners top 12.
Yeah, so that's honestly, I'm surprised. Like, if he didn't lose 10 pounds, I'd be surprised.
Oh yeah, well, you can see he's sweating pretty heavily at the end of it. Man, Big House got me excited for Melee. Like, damn, this is a great tournament.
No, this is a great year. Like, even starting from Gommel and all that, this has been a fantastic year for Melee. You got like Pikachu, you got Axe who won a tournament, Wizrobe who won a tournament.
Yeah, None who's on a tear this year.
Oh yeah, like early half was like and then Moki, repping Canada.
Yeah, and MGK he beat.
Yeah, he
beat Hungrybox. Actually, did he win a tournament though?
I think he beat him a few times this year. He beat him at
He beat him once at Big House, and then immediately after
EGLX.
at EGLX. Yep. But then I think he lost the reset.
So honestly, like, it's a good time to be a fan of Melee, and it's like what Mango says, so much more Melee to be played.
Oh my god, yeah. And like, speaking of which, it's like, oh my god, okay, that was so
dirty.
fun. I was ready to talk a little bit.